At first glance, it may seem like the production, refining and distribution of oil products to the consumer is an entirely straightforward, comprehensible business process. However, the fact is that not every company efficiently manages this process. It is only possible to achieve the desired result when all of the corresponding elements have been effectively balanced. Everything depends on how quickly the company is able to adapt itself to the parameters involved in this process and to use all of the resources and technological capabilities at its disposal given the current economic situation. As a vertically integrated company, Alliance Oil covers the complete production cycle from oil and gas extraction through to processing and sales, which entails the efficient management of the entire process as well as a balanced operations policy. Alliance Oil consolidated reserves are estimated at 733 million barrels of oil equivalent. Alliance Oil is a publicly traded company which is guided by the Swedish Code of Corporate Governance. The company is listed on the NASDAQ OMX Nordic in Stockholm. Its market capitalization at the end of 2012 was about $2 billion. The company controls the Khabarovsk oil refinery and a chain of wholesale and retail outlets dealing in petroleum products in the Khabarovsk, Primorsk, and Amur regions and in the Republic of Buryatia. Alliance Oil has a diversified portfolio of upstream assets covering Timano-Pechora, the Volga-Urals and Tomsk regions of Russia and the Aturau region of Kazakhstan. Alliance Oil is a dynamically developing company. Between 2004 and 2012, the company established an impressive track record of growth in reserves and production. The compounded annual growth amounted to about 50% for both crude production and hydrocarbon reserves. This growth was achieved by stepping up production within the existing license blocks as well as through acquisitions of exploration and production assets, but only in cases where such a move ensured greater synergy. An example is when Alliance Oil entered the Russian high-margin gas sector via the acquisition of 2 license blocks located in the Tomsk region in Russia in 2012. In February 2013, Alliance Oil launched commercial gas production. Production conditions vary from region to region. For instance, oil wells in the Tomsk region are at an average depth of 2,700 meters. In the Timano-Pechora region, under continuous permafrost conditions, oil must be extracted from even greater depths, but this is exactly where the largest reserves are concentrated. In the region, the company has recently added 7 new exploration licenses with prospective resources of about 560 million barrels of oil equivalent. In the Volga-Urals region, most of the producing fields are in later stages of development, with well flow rates differing by a wide range. Many reservoirs contain heavy and highly viscous oil. However, the collective experience accumulated by company specialists, the modern applied technology and tax benefits ensure the efficient recovery of oils of various types. In January 2013, Alliance Oil and Spanish company Repsol completed the formation of a joint venture which aims to provide an additional platform for upstream growth in Russian oil and gas, combining the resources and vast experience of both companies. Alliance Oil transferred its Volga-Urals assets to the joint venture and Repsol contributed greenfield gas assets and paid approximately $120 million in cash to Alliance. Commercial gas production started in March 2013, marking the first production launch by the joint venture. The crude oil produced by Alliance Oil subsidiaries in various regions is fed into the Transneft trunk pipeline system. Alliance Oil's advanced logistics scheme includes in particular handling crude oil shipments through swap operations, whereby the company delivers its crude to a specific point and receives the corresponding amount at another point. To optimize the cost of transporting crude by rail to Khabarovsk, the company has set up a transport unit with its own fleet of tank cars, in addition to leasing the required number of tanks. These tanks are also used for transporting petroleum products to consumers. In 2014, the Khabarovsk refinery is expected to be connected to the East Siberia Pacific Ocean ASPO trunk pipeline. The ASPO is passing near Khabarovsk and a branch line will extend to the refinery, which will allow the plant to work at increased capacity as well as reduced transportation costs. The Khabarovsk refinery is the central element in this integrated company. It supplies products to Alliance Oil's network of oil product terminals and petrol filling stations, which are part of the largest retail and wholesale oil product network in the region. In 2012, Alliance Oil started a full-scale rebranding of its retail chain. Rebranded filling stations executed in new color and design schemes have already been opened in all regions of the Russian Far East. The company's own network of terminals and petrol filling stations, as well as its own sea terminals, enable Alliance Oil to operate in the wholesale and retail sectors of the petroleum products market to provide transshipment and storage services. The regular consumers of Alliance Oil products and services include companies in the energy and agricultural industries, marine fleets, airports, government agencies and individual automobile owners. The company supplies fuels to the domestic market, to the country's northern regions within the framework of a government program, as well as to the Russian State Reserve. The bunkering business improved further in 2012 and the company's market share reached approximately 20%. In addition, the Khabarovsk refinery exports its products to China and other Asia-Pacific countries. The refinery has implemented a phased-in modernization of its production capacities, which ultimately resulted in increased efficiency in processing depth, a reduction in production losses, and improved working conditions. A new hydroprocessing complex includes a vacuum gas oil hydrocracking unit, an aviation kerosene and diesel hydrotreating unit, a hydrogen production unit, and a sulfur recovery unit. These units involve the use of advanced technologies of the world's leading licenses. This will result in a significant increase in the production of light petroleum products. At the same time, diesel quality will be brought to comply with the requirements of existing and future regulations in Russia and Asia-Pacific. Thus, Alliance Oil will be able to respond more flexibly to changing market conditions. Today, Alliance Oil is one of the largest oil and gas companies listed on the NASDAQ OMX Nordic in Stockholm. The company's board of directors determines its development strategy. This body is comprised of 7 directors, 5 of whom are independent. The company and its activities are of ongoing interest to and are monitored by analysts from well-reputed investment companies and banks. Self-confidence, the support of its shareholders, cooperation with Russia's regions, customer loyalty, and mutually beneficial interaction with investors and partners. These are the factors that allow Alliance Oil to look towards the future with a sense of optimism.